The Golan Heights 2023. Who would have thought that this beautiful area was a bloody battlefield only 50 years ago?
The war that happened here, the first 2 days of the Yom Kippur War, was so tremendous in this area. You know, it left an open wound, which is an open wound until today in Israel society.
Kibbutz Ortal, a collective community in the Golan Heights, has recently launched a special tour dedicated to the Yom Kippur War. As opposed to military or academic tours, this one focuses not just on the battles, but also on other elements, such as agriculture and lifestyle.
Behind every agenda, there is a simple feeling. My father is a fallen soldier from the Yom Kippur War. This tour is about life. In life, you also have pain. We expect people to discuss the war. We want people to come out of this journey with question marks, not with exclamation marks.
When we tour the area, we can see traces of the war inside the green hills and vineyards. For example, these abandoned structures were once Syrian bases. From this high hill called Tel Bental, you can see the Valley of Bacha, also known as the Valley of Tears. It's mentioned in the second book of Samuel as the battlefield of King David against the Philistines. Tour guide Yaron Shelef says that the Valley of Tears has now become the Valley of Cheers, and that the area is quiet and safe. But the winds of war are still roaring over the Golan Heights 50 years later.
For 12 years, 13 years, our neighbor to the east were crashed into a very, very brutal civil war, and it changed a lot, the dynamics here. Now it's very quiet. But if you would have come here a few years ago, you would hear and see explosions on the other side. Throughout those years, in the middle of the civil war, and even now when everything is quiet, unfortunately, hell was on the other side. This place continued to function as paradise.
Half a century after the war, the Golan Heights is perhaps the one area in Israel which can still function as a living memorial of the war, which shook the Israeli society. But alongside the memorials and military bases, we can also see the life which arose from the rubble.